Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Tonight, the world watches with bated breath. In living rooms and bedrooms across the globe, millions are glued to their screens, hearts pounding as they await the latest updates. The sense of uncertainty is palpable, a collective anxiety settling over households everywhere. The skyline of Tehran glows red against the night as smoke rises, fires burning fiercely in the distance. The city, once bustling and alive, now seems frozen in a moment of crisis, its fate uncertain as the flames cast eerie shadows over the rooftops. Across every news network, the headline blares, "Tehran burns." News tickers scroll urgently, and anchors struggle to keep up with the flood of information pouring in by the minute. U.S. Air Force C-17 crews placed on full combat alert. The events have unfolded with shocking speed, catching even seasoned analysts off guard. The world's most powerful military is now on edge, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Moments after Iranian missiles streaked over Israel, alarms echoed through U.S. military bases around the globe. Sirens wailed, red lights flashed, and soldiers scrambled to their stations, adrenaline surging as the reality of war set in. News anchors speak with urgency, their voices tight. Social media explodes with images and rumors. As citizens and journalists alike race to share what they see, the digital world becomes a battleground of information, speculation, and fear. The world is on edge, and so are the men and women tasked with what happens next. Every message, every order, every second is critical as they brace for what may come. In command centers, officers pore over maps and intelligence. Generals speak in quick, clipped tones, issuing commands and weighing options. Every second counts as they try to anticipate the enemy's next move. Outside, floodlights snap on, illuminating airfields and barracks. Soldiers and airmen, many just roused from sleep, move fast. The air is thick with the sound of boots on concrete and shouted orders, as the machinery of war grinds into motion. The air feels heavy, thick with expectation and fear. History is happening in real time, and everyone knows that the decisions made tonight could shape the world for years to come. Crowds gather in city squares from Washington to Tel Aviv, watching for updates. Strangers stand shoulder to shoulder, united by uncertainty, their faces illuminated by the glow of giant screens. But, for thousands of U.S. military personnel, there is no time to wait. Their orders are clear: prepare for immediate deployment. Gear is checked, weapons loaded, and goodbyes are hurried as they board transport planes into the unknown. The world holds its breath as the first steps of a massive mobilization begin. Engines roar to life, convoys roll out, and a new chapter in history is written before our eyes. The sound of sirens still echoes across Israel, piercing the night and sending a chill through the city streets. As news of the strike spreads rapidly, people everywhere reach for their phones, desperate for updates and reassurance. Reports confirm dozens of missiles have been fired from Iranian territory, lighting up radar screens and setting off alarms in command centers. Streets that were bustling just hours ago now stand deserted, while bomb shelters overflow with anxious civilians seeking safety. In U.S. bases across Europe and the Middle East, phones ring urgently and radios crackle with incoming orders, the tension mounting with every message. The words "combat alert" pass swiftly from mouth to mouth, electrifying the air. Instantly, the tempo shifts from routine to high alert. Red lights spin atop command posts, casting an urgent glow. Commanders gather their officers for rapid briefings, outlining the threat and the immediate response required. Every move is watched, every order carries weight. In the barracks, Marines and Air Force personnel leap from their bunks, adrenaline surging as they spring into action. Boots slam onto the floor, gear is thrown on in seconds. The routines drilled into them for months now pay off as muscle memory takes over. There is no hesitation, only the urgent need to follow protocol and move quickly. Every second counts, and everyone knows what's at stake. Outside, the night hums with activity. Trucks roar to life, headlights slicing through the darkness as engines rev and soldiers load up. The base, usually quiet in the small hours, is now alive with purpose and urgency. The call has come. America's response is underway, and every person on base knows the world is watching. Inside the barracks, the scene is controlled chaos. Soldiers rush from bunk to bunk, grabbing gear and shouting to one another, each person moving with a sense of urgency and purpose. The air is thick with anticipation, every corner buzzing with activity. The sharp buzz of alarms mixes with shouted commands, echoing off the concrete walls. Officers bark orders, their voices cutting through the noise, as red lights flash overhead, signaling the seriousness of the moment. Young Marines grab rifles and body armor, hands moving quickly but methodically. Each piece of equipment is checked and double-checked, the weight of responsibility settling on their shoulders. Air Force loadmasters check manifest lists and radios. The corridors are narrow but packed with determined faces, every name and number is accounted for, every crate and bag logged with precision. Some soldiers glance at their phones, sending last-minute messages home. Short, simple, uncertain. A few type out quick reassurances, while others just stare at the screen, searching for the right words. Others say little, focused only on the task ahead. Their faces are set, eyes fixed on the mission, blocking out distractions as they mentally prepare for what's to come. A sergeant calls out names and numbers, checking off each man and woman assigned to the first wave. The roll call is brisk but thorough, a final check before deployment. In the staging area, duffel bags and combat packs line the walls. The air smells of oil and canvas, a familiar scent that grounds the troops in the reality of their mission. Troops line up quickly, discipline holding even amid the tension. Their training takes over, each step familiar, even as adrenaline surges. The lines are straight, movements crisp, every soldier aware of the gravity of the moment. Trucks are waiting outside, engines idling, ready to ferry them to the airstrip. The rumble of diesel engines fills the night, a constant reminder that departure is imminent. The soldiers load up, faces set and silent, uncertain when they might return. Each step onto the truck is heavy with unspoken thoughts, the weight of duty, and the unknown ahead. The night is hot, sticky, and full of the sounds of hurried boots and shouted orders. Under the harsh glare of floodlights, the base pulses with energy, every movement a step closer to the front lines. As the troops move out, logistics teams kick into high gear. Pallets of supplies, ammo, food, medical gear are rolled onto forklifts. Each item is scanned and logged, nothing left to chance. The noise is near constant clanging metal, shouted instructions, the beeping of moving vehicles. Loadmasters oversee the process, double-checking weights and tie-downs. Every item must be secured perfectly. The stakes are too high for mistakes. Mechanics work alongside them, preparing ground vehicles and generators for rapid loading. Outside on the ramp, rows of C-17 Globemasters stand ready. Their massive cargo doors are open, revealing cavernous holds. Crew chiefs walk the perimeter, inspecting wheels, lights, and fuel lines. The sound of jet engines warming up fills the air with a deep, vibrating rumble. It is a ballet of precision and speed. Every movement is practiced, every moment counts. The goal: get everything and everyone loaded, checked, and airborne. Fast. On the tarmac, the scene is electric. Under the harsh glare of floodlights, Air Force pilots and crew huddle for last-minute briefings. Checklists are read aloud, voices steady despite the tension. Every system, every piece of equipment must work flawlessly. Maintenance teams swarm each aircraft. They check hydraulics, refuel tanks, and test avionics. The heat from the engines mixes with the cool night air, creating ripples over the concrete. The smell is sharp: jet fuel, oil, sweat. Nearby, Marines and soldiers file up the ramps, eyes scanning the cargo bay. Loadmasters secure them in place, barking instructions over the noise. The bay is lit by strips of red lights, casting long shadows on every face. The engines roar louder. All is ready. Across the line of C-17s, green lights flash, clearance for takeoff. The ground shakes as the lead plane rolls forward, heavy with hope and worry, bound for the unknown. As the C-17 aircraft lift off, the world outside disappears into darkness. Inside, the soldiers settle into their webbed seats. Some pray, others close their eyes, just trying to rest. The engines drone on, steady and loud, a constant reminder of the mission ahead. Loadmasters walk the aisles, checking straps and equipment. They speak quietly, offering reassurances. The cargo, tanks, Humvees, crates of supplies, sits strapped and silent, vital for whatever comes next. Time passes slowly. The cabin is cold and the air is thin. Outside the windows, there's nothing but blackness and distant city lights far below. Each soldier thinks about home, about family, about what tomorrow might bring. No one knows exactly what awaits them. Orders may change. The mission could grow or shift at any time. But through the uncertainty, discipline holds. Everyone on board knows their job and the reason they are flying toward danger. The C-17s descend through the early dawn. The desert below glows gold and red, heat waves rising even before sunrise. The ramp drops open, letting in a blast of hot, dry air. Troops move fast, boots thudding on the metal floor. On the tarmac, the base is a hive of activity. Ground crews wave in the arriving aircraft. Forklifts zip back and forth, unloading cargo onto waiting trucks. The rhythm is relentless. No one stops moving, not even for a second. Mechanics and support staff direct vehicles into position. The smell of sand and jet fuel fills every breath. Some soldiers shield their eyes from the glare, squinting at the unfamiliar terrain. Others focus only on their gear, checking and rechecking as sweat drips down their faces. Briefings begin immediately. Officers issue orders, maps and radios in hand. The sense of urgency never fades. Everyone knows this is only the beginning. Even as troops unload, the next phase begins. On a separate pad, fighter jets line up, canopies glinting in the sun. Maintainers swarm each jet, loading missiles and fuel with practiced speed. The work is precise, every screw and panel checked twice. Pilots walk the flight line, helmets under their arms, faces set. They listen to last-minute updates from ground crews. The air crackles with tension. Every sortie is critical. Every jet must be ready for whatever comes next. Inside hangars, spare parts are stacked high. Technicians work fast, tools clattering, sweat streaking their uniforms. The pace never lets up. Out on the field, the roar of engines signals another launch, another mission underway. There's no time to rest. Each jet must return, rearm, and launch again, day and night, without pause. The scale is massive, the pressure immense, but the teams work as one, determined to keep the air war moving. As the sun climbs higher, the base buzzes with activity. Troops move from station to station, training, preparing, staying alert. Officers rotate between command posts, reviewing new intelligence and updating plans. Every hour brings new challenges, but the sense of purpose is unbreakable. The uncertainty remains. No one knows how long the mission will last or what dangers lie ahead. For some, the waiting is nearly as hard as the action, but the focus never wavers. Each soldier, each airman, is ready for the next call. In the mess halls, conversations are short, measured. Outside, crews check and recheck every bolt, every weapon, every vehicle. The professionalism is clear in every gesture. America's military stands ready no matter the cost. Tonight, as the world watches, these men and women remain on high alert. Their duty is clear. The mission is ongoing. Across the desert from hangar to runway, determination shines brighter than the rising sun.